just did a video, and when I downloaded it, my Internet Explorer, not Internet, Windows Explorer crashed, and so I didn't check to make sure that it had downloaded and before I deleted from my flash drive. But anyway, here goes another one. This is regarding a time when I was giving birth to my second child, and I had been given gas, nitrous oxide or something. I don't remember what it was called. And I had this experience that I was racing down this tunnel, and at the end of the tunnel there was a little pinhole, and I knew that I could not possibly get through that hole. It was impossible. And but the sensation was that I was attached to a pulley that it was pulling me along this tunnel. And at the end of the tunnel, I would, if I didn't get through that hole, I would be snuffed out. And I remember screaming at the top of my lungs, "Help!" Just a blood-curdling scream of help. And when I got to the end of the tunnel, I slipped through this little pinhole, and it was a sucking or kind of a funny sensation. I can't remember now how to what it was like, but I didn't die. I slipped through this little hole, and I landed on a planet or a globe or some kind of symbol. It was a symbol, and my cousin was there on this planet, and she said, "Well, you belong over there." And so I moved over to the planet that was there next to her, and it was like a little globe just big enough for me to stand on. It was like and just like I said, symbols. And I remember saying, "So this is how it is." And this started me on a path of searching, because to find out what was behind life, what was the meaning of it all. And it led me to just exploring. I remember getting a copy of a book on yogi, and also my first experience was the exercise of focusing on a cloud and commanding it to disappear, just to show that our mind had a lot of power over the material things, and that was a basic, simple thing to start on. And I recall how startled I was that I was actually able to make the cloud disappear. And I repeated the experiment many times, and every time I would make the clouds disappear or diminish considerably. And of course the conditions were that it had to be a relatively still day where the clouds were not moving too much. So anyway, that just led me to the hippie scene and all these other things, and trying marijuana, and just really wanting to know what was life all about. And the interesting thing about this was that I had no preconceived ideas. I had no experience. I had read nothing. And so it wasn't something that I was recreating because of something I read. This was my personal experience of this incident. And I don't consider it a near-death experience. It was more of a kind of a little awakening, a little mini awakening, to start me on my path.